Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Christelle Martinette with another reading for the month of April. Now, before I tell you how I'm going to go about things, let me just put in a plug for different services because I've had people come over again and again and again, and first-time readers go into a series of patterns. Every 2 weeks they come back for a reading, or every 3 weeks, and it would be wise to come in for a free consultation and talk about the different things that would be best for you, depending on your issues. A lot recently have come to me for past life regression, and a fair amount for hypnotherapy because of certain different issues they've had. But then we saw together that it would be best to either just go to a card reading or just go to soul therapy. And in most cases, however, we did go through past life regression. Now, I would consider all of the different services because sometimes it's just not a card reading. What you'll find is that you see patterns in your life. The same things keep happening over and over again. People come to me and say, I just can't find I just can't keep love in my life, or even no matter how I try. And others keep telling me there's illness there. It recurs often, and or my dreams, I've had nightmares over and over and over again. So every issue is different. But then most of the times, a lot of the times, just a card reading will do. So now, what are we going to do this month? This month I have here my tools, as always, but I'm thinking of doing it this way, and it will be different. It will be tailor-made for every sign, I think. So I have here my picture postcards, the fine arts picture postcards, then my Silver Witchcraft Tarot, and then my Vera Sibilla cards. And of course I'll have on hand the Neapolitan cards should I need them, and crown the reading this time with my antler runes. You know that antlers fall off, and there was a wonderful woman who crafts these. They're beautiful and they're very easy to see. So on to the next, happy birthday, Aries. On to our readings for April. Hello, Scorpio, it's your turn for a reading for the month of April. I was going to say February. Listen to me, going back in time. Scorpio, what's coming in for you for the month of April? I'm going to have to turn this off as we speak. It is April 1st and my birthday, and I'm getting, all of my friends are writing to me, because April 1st is one of those days that everyone remembers, April Fools, and even my childhood sweetheart still writes to me. Bless his soul. Let's see what is up for you, Scorpio, for the month of April. Spring is upon us. You've got the quite a number of picture postcards that have come up with others. Now, what I'm seeing here is not the sitting and waiting. That's not the energy I feel for you, Scorpio, the month of April, because what I'm seeing is that you are, yes, sitting, watching, but it's by no means a passive exercise. You want, and I'm getting it as a full desire, you want to come full circle. You want to come full circle with a story, I think, because it's very difficult. There's a lot of confusion here in terms of how you're going about it. You're using a lot of energy doing something, but I see you staying in the same place. You're using a lot of energy, doing a lot of musings, thinkings, strategizing, doing, coming, going, but you're always in the same place. It seems that you're on the one hand, it would seem to outside forces that you're immobile. And on the other hand, someone who is closer to your heart, someone who knows you better, would see that you're sitting, watching, and strategizing, trying to figure out the best possible route to get to somewhere. But at the same time, you are the first to get up off your chair and leave and move and run away from the very object of your desire. Now, how funny is that? I'll come back and show you those cards, but let me take out the Silver Witchcraft Tarot and see what they have to add. Yes, what are we running away from? It seems that we are running away from the truth, your truth. It's as if you want to hide it. You're still hiding. You're in hiding. There's something about your very nature that you don't want to look at. There's something about the way you are, who you are, to yourself, that doesn't sit right with you. There's a little bit of dissatisfaction there on the one hand in regards to yourself, but there's also dissatisfaction in how you portray yourself to the outside world. But it's only with you. I mean, you know that. No one else knows that. And of course, Christelle Martinette now knows that because I'm watching and I'm reading. But it seems that this is something that will be coming up again until you find a key to solving that dissatisfaction. I'm reading it as an inner dissatisfaction. And, you know, this could play out, you know, in any way. It could play out from you having a secret you haven't told your loved one. You feeling dissatisfied with the way you look, you know, the way you dress. It's time to go on a diet, or time to do something. I'm dissatisfied with my job. I can't stand it. I don't like to be, I don't like for other people to see that I'm my job. You know, I would like to get away from that because I'm someone else, really. And let me show all of the cards. I'll show you later after I get a good feel for them right away. Now open the Virasibila cards. There's this immobility, seemingly immobile. It's not really immobility, but it seems to be on the outside, this immobility. But then there's so much going on. So inner turmoil as well. Here I do have confirmation of the fact that you are dissatisfied in one way with your metaphorical home. It's not a physical home. You know, there are many of you who have made decisions concerning your home that you know, there's a split here. I see 50-50. Many of you are very happy with that. Others are not very happy. But it's not that. It's the metaphorical home. The metaphorical home, you're not pleased with. You know, something's not right. Something's missing. And you're also revisiting the notion of what it is for you to be happy. What does happiness mean to me? You're shying away from confronting a person who has meant something to you so far, but who you seem to be running away from. And it is a cycle. There's an enacted cycle of negation, you know, seeing and negating. Let me show you these cards. This is Renoir's, the two sisters on the terrace. This, I bet you can guess this, Kandinsky, circles. This is the mice are burying the cat. It's a Libok print, 1760s. It's one of my favorites. And we know this. A lot of you will probably remember this American Gothic, the American Gothic by Grant Wood, 1930, I believe, painted in a small town of Iowa. And this is really, everybody thinks this is a couple, but it's the artist's sister and a local dentist. It's satire, you know, poking at Gothic in America during the Depression, and trying to mirror the European Gothic that, you know, just can't stand the challenge of comparison. But then we have this last, which would be Rainy Days in Paris. Now, again, what I'm seeing here is moving, a lot of things going on, so many things, strategizing. You're strategizing, but then coming back to this place of where you were, going nowhere, but doing so much, going so many things, doing a lot of things to remain in the same position. It is a nervous energy, I say, a fundamental energy. It's a survival energy. It seems that you need to do this to make yourself feel good now and during this period. And what I'm getting here from the Silver Witchcraft Tarot, I have La Temperanza. This is Temperance, the Nine of Swords, and the King of Swords. Now, let me show you them all, and then I'll talk about them. The Two of Wands and the Queen of Cups. You really do want a confrontation, and the Ace of Swords. You do want the desire here, and it is the focus of this spread, is a confrontation with a significant other, but a true confrontation. Let's call the spade, you know. And what's interesting is you're afraid of that confrontation on the one hand, but it is a necessary confrontation that you yourself will seek out somewhere, sometime. From what I'm seeing is in the month of April, there's desire to do that here. We'll see what the Sibylla cards tell us. Temperance. And what this card's telling me is that it will take more time. I don't believe it will come about in the month of April, but we shall see. Just a moment. I have Dottore, Doctor, Dispiacere, Sadness, and the House, Casa. Pensiero, Thought, and Allegria, Happiness. Oops. Donna Maritata, Conversation, and Ladro, the married woman with child, the protector, and the Conversation, and the Thief. Now, what I'm seeing here is that, yes, and I've mentioned you wanting to revisit what makes you happy. What is it that creates happiness for you? And this is on the same level as the notion that there's this inner turmoil and you're battling it out between what is my problem and what is the problem caused me by an external force. And you haven't come to grips with that yet, Scorpio. And but you do want the confrontation. You really do want that confrontation. But as I said, it's at the level of wanting, desiring. It hasn't come up yet. Okay, it hasn't come up yet in terms of actually asking for a confrontation. Oh, let's pick up this rune that fell. Oh, 30 sats, boy. 30 sats went right to the ground. And it's like saying, amen, we need that confrontation. Now, I tried to cast the runes so that I will encompass every area of the spread, but inevitably they fall where they need to fall. So let me show you. The jury's still out whether this is Kinats, which would be bright stave this way. It fell this way. Now the jury's still out in terms of whether you will request a conversation, a confrontation with that significant other or not, whether you're going to face the music or not with that person. But the confrontation, which I see as the Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands, has over it three very telling runes. Fehu, abundance, Yera, beating time, and Gifu, the exchange. There is going to be, in time, because Yera is the mysterious timing rune, it will take time for you to actually call for a confrontation. But it is the confrontation that will ultimately bring you out of this situation. You're hemming and hawing, and I don't mean that as a criticism, but this is what I'm seeing, you know. Also, also on this Spada di Damocle, you know, this confrontational, calling spade a spade, I have here the very interesting four. Let me show you them. This is a Wunyo, Diag, Otala, and Aiza. Now, Otala and Aiza tell us this is the key to characterizing the couple. And if not the couple, you as a person in regards to your outer world. The confrontation, in any case, is what will ultimately bring you a transformation, fundamental transformation from a place of darkness, and I don't say this lightly, to a place of joy. Again, I don't say that lightly. I do hope this was of help to you, Scorpio. May you have a wonderful April. Namaste. Until we read together again. Bye-bye.